how should we plant our garden? We should use raised beds to plant our garden because the soil in Georgia has a lot of clay in it, and that makes it harder for root plants to grow. Also, the amount of nutrients and fertilizer we put into our garden is up to us and the type of soil we need, and whatever we choose, it can help our plants grow and flourish. Also, the water, since it is closed off, the water in a raised bed, it does not dry up as fast. That is also good for us because we are in school and we will not be able to be there to water it at every point in time. Although they are a lot more money and they take up a lot more time in the beginning, once we get everything figured out and we get everything in routine, it'll be a lot better for us. And that is why I think we should use raised beds to plant our garden.
Hello, my name is Gavin McConnell, and I'm going to tell you why we should use raised beds instead of pots for our outdoor garden. Raised beds have few noticeable advantages when building correctly. Raised beds are extremely good for growing rows of crop, and they help extend our garden season time. Now, some people think we should use pots, but we really shouldn't because they dry up faster and they take up more water, which is more costly in the long run. We should use raised beds because raised beds don't cost that much in the long run. They only cost a little bit at the beginning because you have to build them. They take less water and they don't dry up. This is why we should use raised beds in our pots.
I think we should grow spinach, kale, and potatoes in the spring. Also, we should grow spinach, kale, watermelon, potatoes, mustard, cabbage in September through October. And we should also grow different types of berries like strawberries, blueberries, bananas, blackberries, and watermelons through these seasons. We could also grow onions because they will grow better in the soil that we have.
Oh, we should grow carrots also. No, we shouldn't grow carrots. Why shouldn't we grow carrots?
The ground is too hard to grow them with.
Why is what you want to grow the best?
Because it's easier to grow.
Because?
It's not as difficult because it's all you gotta do is plant them.
Beautiful.
We're out.
Hydroponics is the best way to grow plants. Hydroponics has less supplies than aquaponics. Hydroponics range from $20 to $3,000. Aquaponics range from $600 to $1,000. Aquaponics need more maintenance just for the fish. You have to feed the fish daily and replace the fish if it dies. As for hydroponics, doesn't need as much maintenance. Although hydroponics is a very good way to grow plants, you would have to replace the minerals and nutrients many times just for the plants to grow, and you don't need to do that for hydroponics is the best way to go all the way. It's less expensive and less maintenance.
We're going to talk about planting some different crops today.
We should grow spinach. It's easy to grow and really good for you.
Really good for you.
Also, squash grows really fast and does not require a lot of maintenance.
Easy to grow.
Onions grows fast and doesn't take a lot of water.
Definitely.
We should grow carrots also.
Carrots?
No, our ground is way too hard.
Way too hard. We've got like red clay out there. We need to grow all these crops that he just said. They grow really fast and really easy. Boom. Done.
We should plant lettuce, spinach, carrots, and also broccoli. All these plants do very well for this fall. There are multiple reasons for this. They do very well in growing in Georgia. Broccoli farms very well in all seasons. We could serve these vegetables and they will be a success for our school. Some of the vegetables may not go to plan. If we use the right resources, we will get the perfect results in growing these things. Giving the kids healthier vegetables, it will help them know how to eat healthier in or out of school. Although not every kid likes vegetables, so we might be able to grow some fruit too.
The reason we should do aquaponics is because there's no expensive water filter needed, so it won't be expensive. The fish waste will provide fertilizer for the plants. Little maintenance and care. It is more productive than a traditional garden and 2 times faster. Little to no weeds. It is not expensive. You may have to feed the fish, or they may die. plants can grow in the fall is when squash and zucchini we can finish in 2 to 4 weeks to grow in the fall. How we can plant this is when how hot it is over 60 degrees at the 2 in the dump. It needs to be outside. If the squash and the zucchini don't have enough sunlight, it won't grow easily. Or if we don't have a heating lamp, it would never grow as easy than before. But the squash and zucchini is easy to grow in Georgia in the fall.
Go.
I found 15 vegetables you can plant now for the fall harvest. Beets, beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and turnips. The reason why we should grow this is because they grow well in the fall in Georgia. They need sunlight and more. And then these vegetables may not grow as we expect, but their vegetables are known as growing well in Georgia.
We should grow cabbages because they will grow better in the fall and winter. And we can start with the from roots and seed, and it grows better in Georgia. And I think we shouldn't grow spinach because it takes too long. And butter. It's right there, I can't think.
Why is what you're growing the best ever?
Oh, because it
Aquaponics for me is more preferred than hydroponics. Aquaponics is good because the energy requirement are low, waste disposal, and also there's no need for soil. Typical water loss can also occur because of leaks and also evapotranspiration. But aquaponics is good either way because no need for watering bucket or shovels.
Hi, my name is Donovan Pierce, and people should make their plants in rows so they can organize their plants. We can organize our plants by labeling each row so we'll know which plant it is. We can use rows for making more plants in our garden. We can know where all of our plants are throughout all of our garden. And some people might not like the rows because they can be too long, and some people might not be able to find the plants. And we can put the plants in sunlight so they can grow.
Okay, the question that we have is how should we plant our garden? My claim is that we should plant half of our plants in the ground and half in some pots. My evidence is so that I have 3 pieces of evidence. Evidence 1 is so if they don't grow fast enough, then we can bring them in to the school. And if they can't get enough sunlight, you can have ones in the pots. And if they can't grow in the pots, you still have some in the ground. They can die if you can't put anything in the right spot. But that is very unlikely. So we should put half in the ground and half in some pots.
No. I think we should grow in the fall lettuce because lettuce, broccoli, cabbage, carrot, and some tomatoes because they grow better in September and October. And we live in a dry place, so we should definitely do it in for our garden. And I think we should start planting from seeds because there's more choice, and if we take it from something else, it might not spread right, and the seeds have to grow the roots in there. So.
We should plant spinach. Spinach is full grown in 40 to 50 days. So it takes 1 month and 9 days to grow spinach. So spinach grows quite fast. Spinach needs to be planted 40 to 50 days before the first frost. We're fine because we're past winter, so we can plant the spinach anytime. Spinach also needs to be planted in a place that doesn't experience high temperatures. However, people say Georgia is too hot for spinach, but in most places in Georgia are good for spinach.
Hey guys, it's your boy Trevor here. So the big question going around is, should we pursue hydroponics or aquaponics? I'm choosing hydroponics because it's more sterile, has a better method to it, and it's quicker to set up. The only downside is pricey, and you have to take care of it more. So all in all, hydroponics is the way to go.
We should use compost because it is a form of recycling. You use compost much as you would any sort of fertilizer or potting soil. I think we should compost because you will save money and it's recycling. Compost can be added to potting soil for starting garden seeds indoor.
Question: how should we plant a garden? Claim: I think we should use raised beds. Evidence: you don't have to worry about weed control because raised gardens are planted above existing soil. You can put down barriers between the ground and the soil. Evidence 2: we won't have to worry about pest control because we have barriers like wood to block the plants away from the pests. Evidence 3: long growing seeds depends on the temperature of the soil. The ground in a 4x4 box will warm up quickly. Counterclaim: growing the plants in the pots will allow the plants to have more mobility. It will allow you to move your plants to suit the needs of the plants to a more shady or sunny location. Rebuttal: even though growing plants in the pots have those benefits, pots cannot protect the plants from pests and raised beds, but raised beds can.
My claim is we should use raised beds to make our garden. The best type of garden is raised beds because it drains really easy. And another reason I chose raised beds for my first garden we could make is it's harder for the pests to get to. The second type of garden would be the vertical garden. The reason I put the second is it's harder to drain, so the plants might die. I put aquaponics last because the fish can die too easy because you have to feed them and change the water. But aquaponics is also good because you don't have to worry about drainage. It also does not cost a lot. My rebuttal is still I would choose raised beds more because
my question is, how should we plant our garden? My claim is, are bucket beds better than raised beds? I think bucket beds are. Instead of having draining holes at the bottom, these containers have an overflow hole on one side. It also has a growing medium that sits on a preparated platform directly above a water preserver. The plant roots grow through the medium and into the water. It also has a growing way. In most cases, water is leaked up from the reservoir into the medium. The containers can be seen as a hybrid between hydroponics and grading and conventing and conditional container gardening. Although a raised bed gardener are great for growing small plants of veggies, flowers. And my rebuttal is I think bucket beds are better because they can self.
I have decided that we should use hydroponics because if you give a plant exactly what it needs when it needs it, in the amount that it needs, the plant will be as healthy as is genetically possible. With the hydroponics, this is easy task. The reason I chose hydroponics is because aquaponics, the tank water becomes polluted with fish effluent, which gives off a high concentration of ammonia. The water has to be discharged at a rate of 10 to 20% of the total volume in the tank daily. Also, this uses a tremendous amount of water. The water in an aquaponic system is often pumped into open streams where it pollutes and destroys waterways. However, in an aquaponic system, waist-high aquaponic gardening eliminates weeds, backstrain, and small animal access to your garden. In addition to hydroponic systems, you don't have to worry about the fish, food, or the fish dying.
So, the question that Mr. Higgins' class has been asking all day is how should we plant our garden? So the way that should be plant our garden is in the ground, an old-fashioned way. Seed packets, they are less expensive than individual plants. When enriching soil with compost provides natural nutrients, traditional gardening is less expensive than hydroponic and hydroponics. The reason why we should pursue regular gardening is because they are expensive, while buying the tools will be cheaper. Now, aquaponics can make certain plants bigger and might be able to take up less space because you can actually stack it, and hydroponics as well can. Turn off.
Hi, my name is LB, and I'm going to be talking to you about what plants grow best in the fall. Turnips, cabbage, and carrots grow best in the fall. Evidence shows that turnips grow best because they are grown in the mid-temperatures. Cabbage grow best. Evidence shows that cabbage grows best in moist soil, and so does carrots. These veggies can also be grown. These veggies can also be grown in the late winter and early spring. However, we do need to grow these veggies in the fall because we are doing the STEM project in the fall. Thank you. Bye.
How should we use compost in our garden? We should use compost as a soil for the garden. Compost helps protect droughts, it protects plants from diseases in the garden. Compost doesn't rot. We shouldn't use compost because it adds fertilizer, which is chemicals, to the soil. But I think we should use compost because it doesn't cost nothing and you can make it at home.
We should use compost in our garden because it saves you money and it's like old soil, like poop. You don't adding compost in our garden will not only fertilize, it actually feeds your soil with diversity compost. It really good. If you drop a banana peel in the ground, it dries up and it feeds the soil.
What's your counterclaim? Where's your rebuttal?
I just read a rebuttal. You don't ever let nobody say it's wrong because you can compost helps you have lots of soil and fresh things, I guess. Say it.
Hello, my name is Patrick, and my claim is what should we plant during the fall? And I said during the fall, the best thing to plant in Georgia is garlic, because garlic grows best during the fall, and it takes very little time for it to grow. But also tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants grow good in late fall or sometimes in the early fall. My counterclaim is many people can successfully grow other plants during the fall. My rebuttal is, but based on climate and soil levels, garlic and tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants are the best things to grow during the fall and late fall. Also, we have more stuff to grow during the late and early fall, which is better for us, so we have more things to grow.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. My name is Isaiah Reed, and I'm here to tell you how we should use compost in our garden. My claim here, we should place the compost in the soil before we plant the seeds. I don't know why, it just helps the plants grow. I don't want to use any of that miracle growth on there. That's like drugs. It's bad. My evidence one, it would be smarter so that the soil will get used to the compost and work together to help the plant grow. I mean, look at Ricky. I mean, he's behind the camera, but that dude tall as who knows. My number two evidence, you wouldn't need to buy Miracle Growth. That means the teachers, they would never need to buy Miracle Growth because we got compost everywhere. That, which would be expensive. Number three, compost would be safer than using chemicals to help plants grow faster, producing organic food. Miss Weedwhite, help me with that. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. On the other hand, which this is my counterclaim, put the crops into the soil before the compost and they will still grow healthy like plants. Rebuttal. Some people might say otherwise and say that we should use Miracle Growth then compost though, but compost is more healthy and organic than soil. I'm out of here.
How should we use compost in our garden? We should use natural ingredients for our compost. Using natural ingredients such as lawn clippings and potato peelings is better for our plants. Natural ingredients will help our plants grow stronger and healthier. Natural ingredients would be a lot cheaper than buying compost or things to make compost. Some people may use other ingredients for their compost because it is successful. Natural ingredients are an overall better option for making compost and producing organic crops.
You might be asking, where and how might we plant our garden? Raised beds and an area that gets 6 to 8 hours of sun is the best way to plant our garden. Raised beds are the best because it keeps pests from getting to your garden. Also, it is easier to keep weeds out, it has good drainage, so it doesn't flood, and you don't have to bend down to get to your plants or water them. You can control where you go.
How should we use compost in the garden? We should use large leaves and weeds to grow a good compost. Another piece of evidence is that sometimes it can be very easy to use and find. Some other people say, yeah, we should use other things like decomposing food. Those are some good ideas because it can be.
How should we use compost in our garden? My claim is we should use compost instead of soil because it adds on organic material to further give the plant more nutrients and give the plant more taste and healthier nutrition. Evidence number one, normal soil most of the time has bacteria and chemicals that can spread towards the plant and cause issues for the plant. Evidence number three, compost is more practical and useful than soil. My counterclaim is soil is more abundant and compost piles take a bit more longer to take and make. My rebuttal is, but compost is not too hard to make. Taking the time to make a compost pile is what makes the compost pile good and inferior towards soil.
Hello, today I'm going to tell you why we should use compost instead of soil. The reason we should use compost instead of soil is because compost doesn't cost anything. You can get it right here from the school. And it's just food that that waste or that we don't eat. And soil that costs money that we have to go and it's expensive. But I understand by some people saying that soil is better, and some research have shown that soil is better. But it is right here and it's easy, and that's why I think we should use compost instead of soil.
Oh, I wasn't see you there.
Big question is, should we pursue hydroponics or aquaponics? We should use aquaponics. We should use aquaponics because fish food is used, which is cheaper. Aquaponics will provide you with bigger as well as support for plants. Aquaponics is more popular than hydroponics because more and more people are beginning to go with aquaponics. And they're beginning to realize the benefits and advantages that aquaponics has over other gardening systems. But aquaponics may take longer to grow than hydroponics. I still think we should use aquaponics because it's less money and maybe some people won't be able to afford it.
Hi, Xander here. Aquaponics are better for this project because it's the easiest way, because fish need fertilized water and plants need fertilizer. These two things can help both out with a aquaponics project. However, hydroponics use air instead of water. You would not have to use fish and worry about keeping the water levels at the right height. But aquaponics is a stronger option because it doesn't require fertilizer or a filter with aquaponics whatsoever, because the plant and fish work together to keep each other alive.
My name is David. I will be presenting how we should plant our garden. Our garden needs to be in a sunny location. Vegetables need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. Plants need to be planted in good soil. The plant's roots should be able to penetrate the soft soil, and the soil needs to be nice and loamy. We have to space our crops properly. We need to buy high quality seeds. On the other hand, we can use high beds instead of using the traditional method, which is sometimes more efficient. However, it is easier for an average person to do the traditional method of gardening. I am not being held against my will.
I believe that hydroponics is better to plant crops than aquaponics. Aquaponic systems cost far more than hydroponic systems. Hydroponic systems cost anywhere from $25 to $2,000, while aquaponic systems cost anywhere from $100 to $3,000, and that's not even including what you need for the fish. My evidence is that maintenance for an aquaponic system requires feeding for the fish 2 to 3 times a day, every day, and the plants require weekly maintenance. The hydroponic system, however, only requires maintenance weekly. My other evidence is fish for an aquaponic system requires heavy maintenance, costly, have to be replaced all the time, need fish food, a tank, and filters, but with a hydroponic system, you don't have to worry about fish, just plants. My counterclaim is research shows that an aquaponics biofilter, as fully established, will generally see more efficient and quicker results. It can take 6 months or more just for a biofilter to be established. My rebuttal is hydroponic is better on the cost, maintenance, and there is no fish needed.
On top of the morning to you, ladies. My name is Isaiah Reed, and I'm here to tell you how we should use compost in our garden to help it grow faster. Yes, grow faster. We should plant the compost in the soil before we plant the seeds. That's the easiest way to do it. For my claim, my dudes, evidence one that I have, it would be smart so that the soil would get used to the compost and work together to help the plants grow faster, more than miracle growth itself, my dudes. Miracle growth. You don't need to buy miracle growth to help plants grow, which would be expensive, using miracle growth. So you wouldn't need it. We would have compost because we have lunch. We can use the lunch stuff. We can use leaves. We can use anything. We can use the stuff that people bring in. Sorry. Compost would be safer than using chemicals to help plants grow faster, producing organic food, which is more nice. Want organic food? I want organic food. I'm really hungry, like for real. Don't tell nobody though. On the other hand, put the crops into the soil before the compost, and it would still grow healthy and faster with miracle growth. That's the counterclaim. Some people might say otherwise and say that we should use miracle growth than compost, though, but compost is more healthy and organic for the soil. That's my rebuttal. Thank you guys for watching. I'm done here. This was really horrible. I did this like 3 times.
Hey, I'm Tristan. Here's the question that everyone's wondering. Which system is better, the aquaponics or the hydroponics? I say that the aquaponics is better than the hydroponics. 3 reasons why. First reason, the aquaponic system takes fewer resources to operate than a system done hydroponically. The second reason, the plants receive all the nutrients they need from the fish already. The third reason, it can be easily done outdoors, maybe even in the backyard. However, pesticides used on the hydroponic plants can be protected from insects that might try to eat them. Although people may want to choose the hydroponic system instead, they might not have chosen the right one. The aquaponics is easier to use, and the plants can already get the nutrients from the fish already. So it's pretty much its own system.
What's up, a little thing, you know? I'm Aaliyah, aka Dominican Princess, but you already knew that. Okay, so the question is, should we pursue hydroponics or aquaponics? I believe we should use hydroponics. One reason is because it gives us oxygen and it grows faster. So that's kind of 2. Another one, there's like no soil required, so I find that awesome that you don't have to use soil. So that's cool. Another evidence, I'm going above and beyond. Another one is that indoor growth, and I think we're like looking for indoor growth. Not a whole lot of heavy work, so you know, it's like not complicated in a way, you know. Also, like, although aquaponics requires less knowledge and everything, we could build knowledge off of the hydroponics because, like, you have to be smart and everything, and we're already smart, so, you know, we can handle this, you know?
Bye!
That's mine. Bye.
Your name. Go.
Hello, my name is Blaze Fleming, and I did my research and everything so I could get a grade on this report. Which is better, hydroponics or aquaponics? Aquaponics is better than hydroponics. Expensive nutrients are replaced by less expensive fish is one reason why it's better. Another reason why it's better is you never dump your nutrient solution. Another reason why it's better than hydroponics is because aquaponics is more productive. Hydroponics works and is very well made and designed. Aquaponics is very easy to build. You only need some stuff at home and just put it together. It doesn't take but just a few minutes to make.
My name's Palmer Weederite, and aquaponics is better than hydroponics because fish apply the nutrients. Fish apply the nutrients such as magnesium and calcium, and some soil nutrients, so soil is not necessary. Since plants get nutrients from fish, you don't have to spend as much money. Almost everything can grow with hydroponics, or aquaponics. Hydroponics is good too though, because a lot of plants are able to grow with that, but that takes more attention and more work to keep it going.
Hey guys, look, I'm here to talk about raised versus potted. See, the thing is, raised are better because they have more pros than potted, really. Because raised keeps away weeds, they can prevent soil compaction, and they can create a barrier for pests, okay? Pest away, yes. Some will disagree saying that potted is better, but see, here's the thing. Pots need more water to actually keep the plant alive, especially here in Georgia, okay? In conclusion, raised beds are better because, well, 1, it costs less water. 2, it makes the best barrier against pests, which pests suck, of course, okay? They do. And 3, it's easier to take care of, you know, because I'm lazy. We're all lazy. We should be. Bye.
Okay. We should use hydroponics because it is
faster. It grows plants faster because we don't have to use animals to grow the plants. One reason why we should use hydroponics is because we can use gravel, because gravel holds more water than soil does. And one last reason we should use hydroponics is because some farmers might say that plants don't grow well in gravel and sand because they tried it and it didn't work out. Soil is a good place to grow plants in, but you have a plant in soil and it dies in gravel. A plant can live longer when the water holds in the gravel.
Hey you guys, my name is Jaden and it's about compost. Organic matter is really good for development and growth. Some people may not like it because it might smell bad or that it's nasty, but compost is better because it grows faster and it's somewhat makes the food taste better or juicier.
We should pursue hydroponics because it is much more cheaper than doing aquaponics, in which you would probably have to buy equipment that is over our budget. Another reason why we should pursue hydroponics is aquaponics takes more time to set up, and hydroponics is a more fast and easy, and we can get our plants planted instead. My last reason why we should pursue hydroponics is because we could have more plants by doing hydroponics instead of aquaponics, because usually when doing aquaponics you only have 5 plants in one tank. Some people might say we should do aquaponics because it's more fun and exciting using fish for nutrients for the plants. But even though fish are fun and interesting pets, doing aquaponics is a lot more money and takes a lot more time to set up. And while that is happening, our hydroponics farm could be up and ready in no time, and we can have fun planting and watching our plants grow.
Alright, so, hey guys, how you been? If you can hear me, thank you. Anyway, so, I was asked this question: which is better, hydroponics or aquaponics? I'm so sorry if I didn't say that right, just stick with me, okay? Okay, guys? Okay, I'm gonna be good then. So, I said hydroponics is better because, it's easier. It doesn't use as many things as, aquaponics uses, and it's just plain old fun. So, hey, put that in there. And although I am with hydroponics on this thing, aquaponics works with the fishes, so it's pretty good for the environment. But then again, it's more expensive, so you gotta use more money. So, my pick is hydroponics for this project, and I hope your pick.
Should we pursue hydroponics or aquaponics? We should use hydroponics because it is easier to have different water systems than harboring fish and using them as our nutrients. Also, we should use hydroponics because there are a lot of things we can grow using them, such as flowers, herbs, beans, and lettuce, and so many other things. And lastly, we wouldn't have to water the plants because the systems will do it for us throughout the day, 3 times a day. And even though it would be fun to have fish in the classroom using aquaponics, you would have to feed the fish every day. You would have to make sure they don't die, because people can kill off fish easily, just like plants. So that's why we should use hydroponics, because hydroponics is easier. It's less work, but building it takes a lot of work. But hydroponics is better.
It's a good idea to have raised flower beds as it's helpful in gardening. One reason is that it's easy to maintain with water. It'll take up less water than it would in flower pots that will go through it quickly. For a second one, the flower beds can't be damaged too easily, just like flower pots will be. Lastly, if you use raised flower beds, you can put whatever kind of useful soil that is richer. Although it can still be damaged from above by anything like birds and tiny things like ants, it is very easier to maintain flower beds. It can't be trampled on like if you plant it in the ground, or be broken if you put in flower pots.
Should we pursue hydroponics or aquaponics? We should pursue aquaponics rather than hydroponics because we can grow fish and plants all at the same time. Python, which is a disease to plants, doesn't really exist in aquaponics rather than it does hydroponics. This will take a month to get set up after we get everything ready and all that we have. Hydroponic systems tend to be more sterile than aquaponics, but it takes longer to set up and we need to tend to it more often.
My name is Jonathan Mendez, and we should pursue aquaponics over hydroponics. One reason because of that is because expensive nutrients are replaced by less expensive fish feed for the plants in the aquaponics. Also, aquaponics are cheaper than hydroponics. They only cost around $165, unlike aquaponics, which cost like $1,000. Also, aquaponics are more productive than hydroponics are. A lot of people would disagree with me and say hydroponics are better, but it produces a lot of vegetables and fruit. But again, aquaponics are better.
Use compost as a soil admixture to increase the organic matter in the soil. Organic matter is critical for plant development and growth. But the thing
Hi, my name is Thomas, aka Kid President. I think that we should do a raised bed for our garden. Now, the way to do it is you want to put it where the sun can really get on the plants, because plants always need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight a day. And also, a raised bed, you have like many varieties to choose from the garden, and you can make a pretty good salad out of it. So, if you want to eat a good salad from your own garden, do a raised bed. I heard some people say that people do bottles and do all these other things, but I'm against that. I mean, a bottle, really? That's only just one plant. You can't get no variety. So the raised bed is the way to go. Bye.
Hello everybody, it's Dwayne. I'm here to talk to you about compost. Compost is basically another dirt. It's another word for soil, which is also made from trash. Trash that will give nutrients like banana peels, onions, others. It will also give the plants that you're trying to grow, like onions, others, if you like onions, depends. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that compost is basically going to help you, period, with your soil growth, how your plants grow, production of the plants, basically strategy of the plants. Just please do not use 100% compost. Probably around 80 to 70%. Most of it is just going to be regular dirt. What you need to make compost is water, trash, some other stuff. Yeah. So basically compost is another dirt that you need to make a plant. And yes, that may sound disgusting because you need lots of trash and all that sort of stuff, but I promise you, during my research, compost is a really good resource to use on plants. Mainly vegetables. Fruits, I would not recommend that. Vegetables, yes. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think compost is the best way to start out with your, well, not start out, but at least in the middle of your...
Science! Should we pursue hydroponics or aquaponics? Hydroponics should be used for this project. Hydroponics uses only water and chemical nutrients to little plants without the necessary soil. There is no damage from pesticides. A lower water requirement as water stays in the system and can be reused. One good thing about aquaponics is that waist-high aquaponics gardening eliminates weeds, backstrain, and small animals access to your garden. Overall, aquaponics gardening helps save crops from things that can ruin them.
Alright, my name's Daryl Lucas, and I'm going to be talking about what we should be able to grow in our garden. Alright, what I think we can grow is strawberries, but they're June-bearing strawberries, and even though they have the word June in it, they don't have to be in June. And I think that we should do these type of strawberries because these ones can grow in the fall, unlike the other ones that can grow in the summertime. And also, that it would be cool to have strawberries during the fall since they're usually not going to be able to be grown during the fall time. And that since these type of strawberries are able to grow in our area, so we could have strawberries during like when it's raining or when it's snowing during December or November around that time. And the seeds, even though the seeds are kind of hard to find, grow strawberries here in Georgia would be cool, especially in our own backyard. And they're like, especially since we're growing them on. So yeah, that's my idea, and that's why I think we should be able to grow June-bearing strawberries in our backyard. And that's pretty much it, and peace.
Hi, my name is Thomas, and I think that we should do raised beds for our garden because number one, it is a really good way if you want to eat your own salad, and number two, well, I mean, it's just awesome, you know? So raised bed is the way to go. Now, some people say you should do this, you should do that, but no, don't listen to that. Raised beds, raised beds, raised beds, raised beds is the way to go. Bye.
This year, we should definitely grow broccoli, carrots, and spinach. The reason being is that broccoli grows very well in all the cold weathers, such as winter and fall, and as well as carrots and spinach. The second reason being, the kids at the school don't always like what is served, and so they have an alternative to broccoli, spinach, and carrots. And not only do they know where they're grown, they know who's grown them, and that they can trust that there's no chemicals in their food. The third reason is that not everybody at Grovetown Middle has a good eating habit. I mean, who does? Not everybody's perfect. But if we could get them in the good eating habits, such as vegetables, that would be very beneficial for them and the school. Because the school does not have to pay for the vegetables. It would all come out of our pockets, and we're growing the food here, so that the school does not really have to worry about any money being lost. And although not everybody likes broccoli, spinach, or carrots, there are other people that do, and it would be a good choice, a good healthy choice for the students here at Grovetown Middle. And we should definitely consider growing them for all the reasons listed.
Hey guys, I'm Brianna Edwards. We should grow beans, tomatoes, squash, and corn. Corn is one of the most popular vegetables in the summer. It is also unique to grow in the garden. Growing tomatoes near peppers can help the soil and often protects the plants. Both summer and winter squash can be grown near peppers where there are large leaves and can help have shade. However, this may not work out, but these plants are sturdy and will successfully produce crops.
We should pursue aquaponics because nutrients never need to be dumped out. Aquaponics is more productive and less expensive nutrients for fish food. First reason is nutrients never need to be dumped out. Hydroponics, however, require to replace the nutrients constantly so the plant won't die. However, in aquaponics, you never replace the water. The second reason is it's more productive. Aquaponics give faster and better results than hydroponics. The final reason is inexpensive nutrients for fish food. Fish foods cost $1, making it cheap to buy it. Hydroponics is a lot of work to buy and start. Though aquaponics may take a lot of work, but hydroponics costs $809.60 to start. In conclusion, we should pursue aquaponics because nutrients never need to be dumped out.
Hello, my name is John Philippa Schultz. My class period is with 4th hour. Question, should we pursue hydroponics or aquaponics? My claim, I think we should do aquaponics. Evidence, because you never have to replace your water. I think that's cool. You only top it off as it evaporates. My second evidence. The aquaponic industry will develop rapidly for both salt and freshwater fish crops. Evidence 3. If you place your aquaponic system where the air temperature is 70 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you choose cool water, goldfish, you do not need a heater. I think that's really cool. Counterclaim. However, hydroponics can allow you to grow plants without soil, which would save money. I think that's awesome. Rebuttal. Overall, hydroponics save a lot of money and are good for gardens. So, that's what I think. That's what I think is cool about